everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday number 331 on the Man of Leek. I'm John as always, and we got a new set. We've got The Brothers War. Our rare is a 2-mana 3/1. I like that. Can't block. Okay. 4 black, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield with +1/+1 counter on it. It costs 4 less to activate. If your opponent controls 4 or more, that's not going to happen. However, we do have our fancy archive card, which is a 3/2 for 3 that makes all of our artifact spells cost 1 less to cast. We will take this ridiculous bomb card. If we wish to talk about the format, we'll have to talk about these cards. Not a huge fan of them. Unlike the Strixhaven Archive, which I also didn't really like, most of these are threats. At least the Strixhaven Archive was like a removal spell. Maybe a Wrath. These ones are all threats. I'm concerned about that for the longevity of the format. But yeah, I haven't played much of the format. This is, I think, is my third best of 3 draft. So still exploring. Sword of the Meek is not as good. Yeah, 2 mana, 2 to equip, +1/+2 is just not good enough. Whenever a 1/1 enters the battlefield, you can return Sword of the Meek from the graveyard to the battlefield and attach it to the creature. Why would it be in the graveyard? Not good, not good, not good. We've got a Spotter Thopter, which is just a 4/5 that scries 4 if you pay 8, or it's a 2/3 that scries 2 if you pay 4. Not that good. This pack isn't looking terribly good, especially when you have a fog sitting in it. A lot of people are high on Airlift Chaplain. I'm still not super sold on it, but there is some potential that you do want to go aggro. There's oddly very few artifacts in this deck, which is kind of insane. There's one. Maybe we take it. Maybe we take it. If we do want to get heavy into artifacts, we can kind of see how it goes, maybe. I don't know. I'm deeply unimpressed with that pack. Combat Thresher looks a whole lot better. This is technically the Priest and the Angel, because if you do pay 2 and a white, it is a 1/1 with double strike, which means you can pretend it's a 2/1 for 3 that draws a card when it ETBs. That's the Priest from AFR. This dies to a little bit more, because it'll die to artifact removal as well as regular removal and damage and etc. But I think it might do some work, and if this only costs us 2 mana, that could be even better thanks to Foundry Inspector, so I think we easily pick that up. Yeah, my experience in this format has been similar to Aether Revolt, in that I feel like the packs drop off in quality very fast. I feel like there's 3 or 4 real stupid cards, and then there's a whole lot of really bad cards. Ironclaw Crusher has also been a decent enough prototype creature. 4 mana 2/5 that attacks as a 4/5 is fine. And if you do get this later in the game and it's a 4/6 that attacks as an 8/6, that's pretty dang good. We do see a Disenchant sitting here, and we do have a white creature. Disenchant is complicated. We'll talk about it in a second. I think we're going to take it. Prison Sentence, also good. Yeah, we'll take the Disenchant. Let's talk about Disenchant. I think it's overrated. I think you do need to pick it relatively highly. You should absolutely be main decking probably multiple copies of it. But you have to be careful. Even in the most artifacty set that ever artifacted, you're going to run into decks that are blue-white non-artifact soldiers, and your Disenchants are going to be literally dead cards. So you got to be careful. You know, maybe don't ever first pick or second pick a Disenchant. Probably don't splash for it, but do pick it highly. It lives in this sort of middle realm. Yeah. Deadly Riposte, not as good as you want it to be because it is only a tapped creature. Lay Down Arms, also not quite as good as you want it to be, unless you are very heavy white. I do like this Evolving Wilds here. It'll keep us kind of with good mana, whether we be 2 colors or splash for a 3rd. I've certainly seen a Strong Bull do some work as a bit of a finisher. If you can get, you know, 3-4 damage off of this, it can do a bit of work. But I think we'll take the Evolving Wilds. All we know is that we are trending towards white. And definitely looking for artifacts. 3-1 for 2. Whenever it attacks, exile target card from a graveyard. I do like 3-1s for 2. If we never unearth this, that's fine. Unearth has not impressed me. I mentioned this during the set review. I feel like a lot of the unearthed creatures, they're just not big enough, and they don't do enough for the unearthed to be that valuable. It'll usually act as like maybe a bad, like half of a lava axe if you do get in for damage, or like you'll get a minimal effect off of it. I don't think unearth is format defining. I think it's a fine enough ability. You should definitely be aware of it. Don't forget about it. But again, don't overrate, I suppose. That is a whole lot of green. I don't think any of it tells us that green's open. There's a couple pieces of red. I don't think that tells us that red's open. I don't see much going on here. I strongly doubt that we will play any of these cards, even if we end up in green, red, or black. Maybe it's telling us that blue and white are being heavily cut. Or maybe it's telling us that Arena Pack Collation is frequently bad. Let's take the Carrion Locust. We do have an Unleash black, but that's not pushing me into black. Emergency Weld can be pretty dang good, especially for returning good artifact creatures. So I am happy to take an Emergency Weld here. I've also liked Bitter Reunion. This is bad. Mediocre. Yeah, let's take the Emergency Weld, and we're going to start to trend towards perhaps black-white. This is okay. It's not amazing, but it is okay. We don't have a reason to get into red yet, other than white-red can be a decent aggro deck. I'm not super into having a 4-5 in my white-black deck, so I will pick up the Dragon Engine, just in case we end up as a bit of like red-white aggro or something. The black here is unimpressive, the green is unimpressive, the red is okay. Let's pick up the Strongbow, because if we do end up red, black artifacts, we're going to have artifacts. Yeah, this has felt like a weird first pack, I'm not going to lie. Mishra's Domination's not great, but it exists. If you are very aggressive, this card can be totally playable. I don't know that we're in that realm just yet. I know this is bad, but let me reread it again. 4 mana. Whenever it or another non-token artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield or exile from the battlefield, make it... Yeah, that's absolutely garbage. We'll take the Rock Hunter. It's a shame that white has disappeared on us here, because I do really want to play Thresher Disenchant, but we'll see. None of those cards are going to get played. None of these cards are going to get played, and this card's not going to get played. All right. So pack 2 gives us whenever one or more creatures with mana value is 3 or less, ETB, draw a card, which is okay if you're definitely in that deck. We don't know that we're there. Cindermaw is just a very nice big creature for the cost with trample, and I think we're going to be taking that. The retro card, unfortunately, is not amazing. It's fine. It's absolutely playable, but it is not a threat, so we will not be picking it up. Yeah, this just looks like a Cindermaw, and it looks to me as though we are going to trend towards red-black. We could splash this Combat Thresher / also just have 7 mana and cast it as a 3/3 double strike. Sculpting Steel, ETB is a copy of an artifact on the battlefield. Yes. Yes, if we've prototyped them, definitely. I mean, we can try to make use of Sculpting Steel. I do plan on having a lot of artifacts since they'll be cheaper. The black card in the pack sucks. The white cards suck. Yeah, again, again. The packs fall off really fast. Not a big fan of this card, even if we were casting it for one cheaper. So yeah, let's pick up a Sculpting Steel here. Haywire Might, no. Reconstructed Thopter is fine. A 2/1 flyer for 3 is totally okay. And this one, at least when you unearth it for 2, you will probably get in for 2. And it is a very cheap unearth cost, but it's not amazing. Yeah, let's pick up the Thopter. Let's make sure we're getting artifacts. Soul Guide Lantern's totally playable. I would just like to say that I'm super correct from my set review, that Power Stones are not plentiful, and playing Energy Refractor to filter Power Stone mana through is a dumb idea. Yeah, I think we'll take that. I mean, if this costs 5, it's a bit better. And copying it would be fine. You know what? Let's pick it up. It's going to be deeply unlikely we manage to snag a second Foundry Inspector, but we could do some dumb stuff. I'm going to need to fix everything that's going on with the auto sorting down here. So Horn Stone Seeker, making us a Power Stone, could be helpful. Swiftfoot Boots, I'm not the biggest fan of them. I know some other people love them, but I don't. Should I maybe give them a try? I don't think so. They don't do anything. They're better if you have like a crazy nutso bomb or something, but I do not yet. So I'll take the Stone Seeker, 2/2 for 2, Menace, and we get that Power Stone to help ramp us a bit. Another Dragon Engine, because I do think we are definitely red. I guess we're not black. We're black because we have an Emergency Weld? No. I think all we know is that we're red. What a weird draft. All right, let's start fixing some stuff down here. You are a 3-drop. You are not being played. You are probably a 7-drop. You are a 6-drop. Okay, we fixed that up a little bit. So let's take this as another 3-drop. And then the red cards are gone, but the white cards are very gone, so I definitely think we're out of white. I don't think there's a chance that we're playing any card in this pack, so let's take an Ashnod to whatchamacallit. Clear Cutter is cute, especially if we cast it for cheap off of Power Stone or Foundry Inspector or etc. And again, the colors that seemed open are now gone. I don't understand. Don't understand. Ravenous Gigamole. We could play a Gigamole. It's not the worst. These are bad. Let's take a Sibling Rivalry. As much as it looks like we might be red-black, we're not red-black sack. We're red-black artifacts. So yeah, Sculpting Steel on this, yes. On this, yes. On this, yes. On this, yes. On this, definitely. On this, sure. This is basically the only artifact that I'm not looking to Sculpting Steel. We're not going to play any of these. Let's take a Haywire Might. And then let's hope pack 3 gives us any amount of clarity. Are we going to play a Mine Worker? No, not a chance. This card's not great either. Let's take the Mine Worker. Nope. Nope. And nope. All right, pack 3. What do we get? We get a Pristine Talisman, which is totally playable. Gaining a life every turn is actually decent. The other artifacts are mediocre. The red cards are trash, garbage. The individual black card that exists in the entire pack is not terribly impressive. Pretty big whiff on this pack. So I think that's definitely just a Pristine Talisman. It'll help us get to these slightly costier things if we don't have our Inspector or our Power Stone, and if we do have them, we get there even sooner. Seems good. Seems good. I guess we can take a look at the white just in case. Yeah, I don't think we're getting into white. All right, pack 3, pick 2. We spent our entire clock and we don't have a pack yet. I don't think that's supposed to work that way. There we go. Ashnod's Altar. Very bad. Very bad. Gruesome Realization, not great. Another stone. Oh, there's an excavation explosion. I like dealing 3 damage to any target and making a power stone. Sure do. I would certainly take another Stone Seeker, but we're going to take this here. They just keep coming. Self-assembler is not going to do anything for us because we don't have any assembly workers. So it is just an overcosted 4/4. So yeah, I think we'll take another Stone Seeker here. Get our artifact ramp a little bit early. Disfigure. Yeah, we'll take the Stone Seeker. Not a lot of interaction here, which could be a problem. This format might have an issue with bombs. Potentially, some say, on the order of Crimson Vow. I think we all remember that 12 months ago. And I think it heavily deals with these, because a significant amount of these retro artifacts are threats, and they are playable in every single deck. The Strixhaven archives were not threats, and if you opened, a crazy good one, pack 3, pick 1, and it wasn't your colors, you couldn't play it. And maybe somebody took it, and they couldn't play it, or they didn't want to play it. Whereas every single one of these that is good is hyper playable. We could take another Clear Cutter if we think we're definitely ramping up to 6. And again, 1 black card in the deck, in the pack, and it's not great. Yeah, these packs are... Oh wait, what's Brotherhood's End? Yeah, I'm never a big fan of these effects. I didn't realize our timer was almost done. I'm never a big fan of these things. Like 3 damage to creatures does not tend to kill the threats that I'm afraid of. Destroying all artifacts with mana value 3 or less, unlikely. We can put in the sideboard, but unlikely. Tower Worker could just be playable. Thran Vigil's bad. Gix's Koresh is bad. Bitter Reunion, we could play for some draw mitigation. Yeah, let's pick up a Bitter Reunion. That's a second self-assembler. Do you think we can get the other one back around? Skullflayer, not super interested. Infantry, not super interested. Let's see if we can get the other one back around. Mishra, heck yeah. Looters are great. Looters are awesome. I'd also play the Scrapwork Mutt. Well, there's our 23. A Goring Warplow or another Weld. I feel like saving our things might be decent, so I think I actually kind of want another Weld. If we're playing a very creaturey, non-interactive deck, getting back stuff might be a good call. I doubt we're going to want these wings, but may as well take them just in case. We now need 1 cut, and it should be a creature. They're Stone Seeker. All right. Mono Stone Seeker deck. Self-assembler came back. Okay. All right. We've got something going on here. Let's get rid of Clear Cutter. I will actually pop in a Plains. Just 1 miserly Plains for this Combat Thresher. Another Rock Hunter in case we happen to really need to deal with the skies. So Strongbow has a bunch of things that I like that we could potentially target with it. We're going to have upwards of 3 or 4 Power Stones. We've got a bunch of artifacts that we can just finish off with. So what creatures do I want to go? And why is it probably a Locust? Maybe Rock Hunter should just sit in the side. Oh, and we don't need a Mishra's Domination. We're not the aggro deck. All right. Sort of a weird deck. It's not quite where I want it to be. We're definitely missing on the this is a bomb format. So hopefully we don't face people who are full on in the it's a bomb format. But yeah. Do I want the singular planes? 7 mana. But we've got 3 or 4 power stones in that. I will put in... We're so colorless. I'll put in a Miserly Plains. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I hate this interface. There we go. All right, there's the deck. Let's go to match 1. All right. Let's see how we can do. I feel like we have to curve out pretty well. Which, oh boy, on the draw does this do. We go and get our mountain, we draw whatever, we get the Stone Seeker, we have 3 mana that we can use for the Pristine Talisman. We have 4 mana even if we only have 2 lands. I'm going to keep this. It does have like a 25% chance of whiffing. We're good. We are good. All right, let's get a Stone Seeker down. So that's going to put us on 4 this coming turn. Dang it. All right, well, we'll still be on 4 because we will manually cast this talisman now. And now we have to play the game of remember that we have a Pristine Talisman and that I need to tap this every turn, while also producing a video and speaking to you at home. That'll be a fun game, won't it? All right, they got their 2-1. They did not rummage. They've got a Blast Runner. I feel like they're mono red aggro, which means all we need to do is drop a 4/4 and just say, nope, no more attacking. All right, we're not going to get that 4/4. Okay. Let's Stone Seeker. Get a Power Stone. And then we could Bitter Reunion. Knocked everything off my desk. I mean, we could Bitter Reunion one of these self-assemblers because we can emergency weld it back. I don't hate that. Okay. All right. Remember, we started with 1 land in our deck, or in our hand. We sure have seen 6 of them now. Oof. All right. Good anti-mono red aggro here is this Pristine Talisman. It's basically turning off this Blast Runner. Sure thing. You got it. Goodbye, Power Stone. We will have our 4/4 next turn. And they're down to 2 cards. Hit me for 3 all you want. We've got our self-assembler. We will not go and find a self-assembler because we don't have any more. I'll shuffle my deck just because I can. And pass the turn. This was bad, was it not? 2 tap, sack a creature, make a 3/3. So they can upgrade their 3/3s? Okay. They don't have any black to sack a creature. Alright. You have turned that into a 3/3. Oh, I guess they would give that +2/+0 and menace for the turn. Sure. That's not going to be too big of an issue. All right, we got both of our welds. We got all 3 of our stone things. We got both of our self-assemblers. We got all of our duplicates out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we cannot emergency weld back and cast the self-assembler. We could sculpting steel down another self-assembler, which is not a terrible idea. Yeah, I don't hate that plan. So yeah, we're gonna race. Let's get in for 4. I assume we just get in here. I think they'll give up their 3-3. Perfect. So let's sculpting steel our self-assembler. Shuffle my deck, why not? And then, do we want to establish the board? Or yeah, let's establish the board and get another Power Stone. And pass the turn. Is it sack any creature? What we need is one of those dragon engines so we can start flying. Even the Thopter would be really nice. Another mutt, sure. Rummage. They didn't rummage last time, and they didn't rummage this time. Weird. Okay. They really hate these Stone Seekers, eh? Really hate them. Yeah, I'll take 3. That's fine. Because I'm going to hit you for 8. 3, 4, 6. We still can't bring back the assembler, but we could harvester and weld. And that'll give us some jumpers. So yeah, let's get in for 8. Let's have their life total here. And then let's bring back a self-assembler. And let's drop a harvester. And we don't want to bring back one of those 2/2s. They're not relevant. So we will pass the turn. In case they kill one of these assemblers, we can bring it back. No attacks. That's what I like to see. More lands, eh? Well, choo-choo. Let's get rid of one of these mutts. Double block, you got it. Kill the 3/3. They're going to kill that one. That's fine, because we can bring it back. We can also bring back the sculpting steel if we want to, and we should, because it'll be cheaper. Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Let's drop the self-assembler. And let's bring back sculpting steel. Let's shuffle our deck again. Why not? Yeah, let's bring back sculpting steel. I guess if they kill the self-assembler, the sculpting steel is less good. But their deck does appear to be mono-red, which has probably cost them a decent bit of power. 5/3 attacks every turn if able. Trample, sure. Okay, so block. So we just sculpting steel. Self-assembler. Shuffle, because why not? So block, 3, 4, 5. They're dead. Everything has haste. And choo-choo. And get rid of that. Bye-bye. All right. So as long as we establish the board, and we're a very creature-heavy deck, so we should be able to, if we can find the pristine talisman, we're pretty good. Brother's Hood End does wreck every threat we've seen from them, but it also hits us pretty hard. I don't think I want to do that. Yeah, I think we just go back in. Mine Worker's interesting. Gaining another life. Is it better than any random creature we have? Maybe better than... oh yeah, we cut the clear cutter. It might just be better than the Carrion Locus. Although Carrion Locus is a way for us to fly through damage. Yeah, let's just leave it how it is. I think it's working good. Okay, more than one land in our starting hand. And again, I feel like we had this starting hand. Yeah, this works. That is a whole lot of mana, real quick like, although they will apparently murder my Stone Seekers nonstop. Mutt, you got it. Rummage. Seems like they really dislike the concept of rummaging. Oh, there we go. Sibling rivalry gone. Sounds good. That is a Foundry Inspector. I might want to try to... I guess we have an emergency weld. I sort of want to try to bait out some more removal before we just jam that down. All right, let's get Talisman down and pass the turn. We'll have to take a bit more damage here, but that's fine, because then we can drop a self-assembler. Another bull, sure thing. We didn't see... they had a couple of power stones. We saw some amount of artifacts for them to sack. Yeah, I think we just want to get the assembler down. And then we can go and get another assembler and then play that to the assembler next turn and so on and so forth. Hey, we actually get to pull a card out this time. And no attacks. All right, we got blocks. We got blocks. This is a relatively commanding position, I would say. Still pretty commanding, especially with only one card left in their hand. And boy, did I ever just cramp my arm by stretching too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, eh? So if we Foundry Inspectored, we would have 3 mana left, but artifacts would be cheaper, so we could also Thopter. Yeah, I think we just drop another self-assembler. That appears to have really... Well, I mean... yeah, let's go Inspector and get the Thopter down. Because 1/4/4 seems to have stopped them. So 2 4/4s should stonewall them, and a 2/1 flyer can start getting through. Can this hit any target? This is just 1 damage to an opponent, okay. No attacks, and I have established the way that I'm going to kill you. This Thopter is a very serious threat for you. I recommend getting rid of it. There's no way you're going to sack the Scrapwork Mutt just to make this a 3/2 menace. No chance. No chance. No chance. All right, now they're really thinking about the Thopter. All right. They realized that Thopter had to go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana still. That means that we can Self-Assembler and Stoneseeker. Sounds good. And then next turn, I will probably... I don't have to shuffle my deck like that every time, but I want to. Next turn, we might have to start considering setting in... Oh, no, this is not instant. Not instant speed. Not instant speed. We will not send in a self-assembler to try to explosion. Just going to sack that to hit me for one, and they're going to unearth. This must be a land in hand. It was. That felt a little desperate-y. Because you don't have an attack. And you just... No, these are bad attacks, my dude. If you've got a combat trick in your hand, I would love for you to not have it anymore. Oh, no, that's a good attack. Because that's not a sorcery speed effect. That's fine, though. That's fine. Boy, they are all strong bulls all the time. All right, well. We have additional ways of winning, so I still don't think we need that Thopter. So let's get the assembler back. Due to my incredibly correct choice that I made by blocking there. There is nothing wrong with that block that I did. It was perfect. Let's get in for... let's get this going. Let's get in for 6. If they want to double block strong bulls, I'm pretty happy for that. Sure. Easy peasy. Easy peasy, especially when we have another emergency weld and we get to kill another one. Well, we have to be careful because they do have an artifact to sack, but... And we also have just like, oh, 6/4 haste. That's kind of gross. It not attacking makes me feel a lot better. Oof. Well, we are really lacking in red, which is a shame. So I think we want to get down our very own strong bull. No way are they attacking. Perfect. All right. So we just now need to... find something. So let's pitch that mountain. Is there going to be a 2-drop? Yeah, there's a lot of things we could draw. So let's just pitch this mountain, see what we draw. If it's another mountain, cool. We'll play it to have double red available. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, we get to cast that next turn as a 5/5 flyer, and that's gonna be a problem for the opponent. Another one of those, sure. Yeah, our opponent basically had to win by turn 4 or 5, or else I don't think their deck was ever going to be able to do much. Another sculpting, or our sculpting steel with things to get another dragon engine. Just need 1 more mana. That's funny. All right, we will pass the turn. And dragon engine. Gonna end things real quick here. Bitter reunion. Throw away your land in hand, I imagine. Yup. They gotta find their unleash hell. Did they do it? Ow! Well done. We will sack it in response. They found the exact card they needed to not just be hyper dead. Let's turn that swamp into something better, shall we? That's another flyer. And we can exile a creature, hopefully? Yeah, we got this guy. Deal the damage. Represent another flyer. And I guess we just put down another self-assembler with sculpting steel. Just to have real solid blockers. So we've got them on an 8-turn clock now. Slightly less because explosion can hit their face. Sure, let's shuffle our deck. Why not? And actually, way less because of our strong bull. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 7 damage sitting on the board. That's pretty good. Woof, another one. All right, let's get in for 2. Drop another one of these. Yeah, they're hyper dead. Their deck is very weak. But if you stumble, their deck probably kills you. All right. It's not going to save you, but that is very impressive drawings of Unleashed Shell exactly when they needed them. Twice in a row. That's cute. That's cute. All right, we will get in with Locust. We will then pass the turn. So 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yeah, they're nearly dead if we just start doing activations, but there's no reason for us to de-establish our board just in case of problems. Although they now have no cards in hand. So we should take another quick look at this here. This isn't sorcery only, right? It is not. I know it's not. I've been activating it as an instant. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, they are dead. So, sack an artifact, 1 damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There is nothing here that would out of nowhere gain them life. Okay, let's begin. Sack. 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 And we'll rummage, because why not? Nice. All right. In for 2. No secret reach. No secret reach. 3 to their face. We did it. All right. 1-0. I do think their deck was weak. I think it was very weak. I think they needed to very heavily curve out and not have any sort of presence appear on their opponent's board. And we had a presence. We had 4/4s. 4/4s stonewalled them really hard. We'll see what the other 2 matches are going to be like, but I don't think they're going to be quite that straightforward. We will play first. Not great, but I'll keep it in the blind because we've got some reaction. Green doesn't immediately pass the turn. Combat courier. Okay. Hey, everything is much better. Everything's much better. I would love if they sacked that combat courier because they're missing blue and they really want to draw a card. And then we could just rip it out of their graveyard. No such luck. No such luck. I have briefly faced these sprites. They do have to die. They will not die yet, but soon. Your opponent basically is not allowed to get to 7 with one of these on the table because they get out of control very fast. They're not even willing to trade it. I'll take 1. Looks like they're still off blue, maybe. Or maybe they're playing that combat courier just to never unearth it. Yoshi and Frontliner. Okay. Okay. This feels like we're in another situation where we just need to present blockers. So let's go with Gigamole. See what we can pull off the top. Choices. Yeah, I think I want the 4/4 over the 4/3, especially because it draws us a 4/4. And we'll fly in for 2. So our next couple of turns are going to be self-assembler. Present one heck of a Stonewall. Pick off something that's going to be a problem, probably those sprites. There's still 3 turns off of that, but it will get out of trouble. Oof. Okay. Well. Ignore everything I said, I guess. Can double block. If they don't have a forest, we can double or even triple block that guard. If we play a harvester, and we can also shoot the sprite, well, we can. The sprite's not growing, though. So let's get self-assembler down. We might have to do a chump of the honor guard, just so that we can then, like, copy a self-assembler and play a harvester. Just to present a real serious word state here. If they give me this guard, I might double block it. But it does appear that we have somehow stumbled into another monocolored opponent who does appear to be attempting to steal a win. So I have a self-assembler in my hand. I can reestablish my board pretty quick, and if you don't have your aura anymore, I feel okay about that. If they have a combat trick, I think we were just dead a billion times over. They're going to go digging for a combat trick. Okay. Everything is okay. Everything is A-okay. Yeah, we are going to self-assembler. There are no more self-assemblers for us to get. That's fine. We will then copy our self-assembler. We will need to shoot those sprites very shortly, probably this coming turn. Why is everybody playing mono? Five is a bit of a pain. That sprite's going to hit us for 4 here. So we will definitely be shooting that Sprite. And then we can double block the pallbearer. Attacking with the frontliner makes no sense, but okay. Boop. We do have to somewhat carefully think about the fact that, man, sculpting steel can hit my opponent's artifacts too? Whoa. Holy moly. Murder the sprites. They are not allowed to attack in unimpeded anymore. And hey, would you look at that? We got double blockers. Everything's okay. We're at 5, but everything's okay. Unearth away. Draw a bunch of cards from sacking the star, and then they're going to sack that courier. But yeah, I don't think going monocolor does anything for you. This is a 1/1 that you don't want this late in the game, right? They need 3 or more artifacts to give it death touch, and once a turn, they gain a life and put a counter on it if they cast an artifact. When that dies, gain 2, exile target creature, or sure, whatever. We'll drop this. We'll drop a Stone Seeker. We're in not the best top deck mode. But also not awful. It would be nice to find Bitter Reunion or Mishra. Start looting. Does Mishra... Why am I thinking that Mishra loots? That's not what I want. Why am I thinking that Mishra loots? Because Urza loots, right? Super fun and easy to look up cards when there's so many of the same name. We'll drop a Foundry Inspector. Keep establishing the board. I don't really feel a need to Harvester in for no reason, just to get rid of a Yoshian Foot Soldier, so we will pass the turn. Is it like Mishra, some kind of prodigy or something? Nope. Hey, this one. This one. 1/1 that you can... Sure, whatever. It is Rummage, okay. So he is Rummage, Urza is Loot. Another Stone Seeker. All right. Well, we're establishing our board. We've got plenty of flyers. We are going to drop some very expensive, unprototyped creatures. Just got to find them. Just got to find them. They're in green, so they're not going to have flyers. They're not going to randomly shoot me for 5 somehow. Emergency Weld. Sounds like a way to get back the Locust. I keep saying the T on that really pronounced for some reason. The Locust. Cindermaw. I don't think we need... Yeah, let's start winning the game a bit. Although Gigamol's interesting, because Gigamol would be a lot more hits to find like one of the dragon engines. So let's go for Gigamol. And we get our 1/1. And let's drop the Gigamol. Show me something big. Yeah, there it is. And a Mishra. Yeah, we'll take the biggin. 1, 2, 3, and we will not cast it for 2. We will wait a turn. Sadly, Mishra's gone now. But we do still have our, whatchamacallit, our Bitter Reunion to throw this swamp away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're going to have 4 mana left off of this engine. I don't see any Secret Reach. What the hell is the 3 on this for? Oh, it literally doesn't matter because it's already done the effect. What a weird thing to display a counter for. Okay. What's she doing? What you doing? All right, we will need to open up Scryfall here for a moment. Scryfall. Set bro color green type instant fog of war +1/+1. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Reach, trample, hexproof, and indestructible. They might have a giant growth. So they could potentially make things bigger, but big freaking whoop. Lock. Super block the trample and let's chump the 4. Yeah, let's just threaten to kill everything. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. I guess if they have that thing that gives trample, I'm ruined. They have the thing that gives trample. Doesn't have death touch, though. So we're not dead. We're not dead, and they just threw away a chunk of their board. Sounds good. Sounds good. Oops, I got this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we can give this +6/+0 next turn, so it'll be 11 damage. In for 4. They should be super dead off of Menace and possibly Unleash. Come on, no. All right. Not a biggie. It'll trade with our Dragon Engine, but that's fine. They're gonna get... Well, here's the Crimson Vow bomminess of it. Our piddly little commons and uncommons don't do enough against simple rares. You give something lifelink, get in for a whole bunch, really change that life total. Flying. That's even worse. I've not played much of this format. I have merely read about it. It had better not feel like this a whole lot. Where people can play bad decks. Monocolor for no reason. That was not a loss that I was happy to take. Well, we go back in and we hope they don't play that. Fun, super exciting game design. See, at least the first match felt like we had an idea of what we could do, which was establish a board, preferably with about 4 toughness. We now know that we literally just have to hope that they don't draw one specific card. Let's get that Power Stone. Let's get ramping. This will be nice and aggro. Fauna Shaman, so they just get to go and find it. Woof. Oh, boy. Oof. So they get to just discard a creature and find their bomb. So we need to kill them before they hit 6 mana. Turn a piddly little 4/2 that you probably shouldn't be playing into a Teething Wormlet's a good start. May as well get that going while you can. You can't play the Angel yet, but they can then get the Angel when it's a little bit more relevant. Yeah, we need to go. And then we probably just need to drop this engine. Three, 2, get the Power Stone. That means that they probably activate the Shaman here and get their Angel because they know. Huh. Interesting. Because 1 land and they have Angel mana next turn. Weird. Okay. Well. Boop. Boop. Sure. Activate. 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 Down to 11. Or they just have the Angel in hand. What on earth is this? Never seen it. Whenever you gain life, you may pay X, where X is less than or equal to the amount of life you gained if you do draw excellent cards. Ugh. Okay. Not awful, not great. Why are you... So you have no creatures in hand, is what you're telling me. Otherwise, they should have been very rapidly going and getting that Angel. Well, boop. Slam. Murder you? Okay. Okay. So their deck does appear to be steal a win with the Aura or the Angel. So if they don't Aura or Angel, we win. That does really remind me of Crimson Vow. Because it's very much like anyone with one lucky punch can just win that game. Just like Logan Paul. WWE references when I haven't watched WWE in years. Good times. Good times. Let's grab a thingy. So we'll go with Stoneseeker into Talisman, into draw good cards and minimal-ish more lands. Not no more lands, but minimal-ish number of lands. How badly do we want to get flying? 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. What is the value of having 5 mana next turn? Not as much. So let's go to the air. Go to the air and kill them all we can. and hold this hopefully to just finish them off. I will kill a Fauna Shaman. I don't think I'll kill a 4-2. I don't think I care about a 4-2. Let's get in for 4. And then let's drop ourselves a Talisman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, getting another Power Stone gets us this down, so I will kill that Razor Maw. Mill 4. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's a Combat Thresher as long as they don't kill my Stone Seeker. Got 2 turns to Angel. 2 turns till Angel. 1 turn, no, 2 turns, no, it's an artifact. 1 turn to Angel. So let's get in for 4. Let's drop our Thresher. Play the land, pass the turn. Angel at this point would not be horrible-ish with our Thresher. There's the Angel. So, are you going to make that fly and just get in for 3? I don't think that's a race you want to do, because that's 8 damage that's coming back at you, by the by. I will take 3. Take 8. If we trade Thresher for Seraph, I'm totally cool with that. That puts them to 2. Carrion Locust puts them to 1. Bitter Reunion could hit some very interesting things. We could hit a Strongbow. Oh, I need to look at my deck. Let's pull this over. Let's log into 17 lands. Let's log into 17 lands with the right email address. What is the right email address? 17 lands, hurry up. Let me in. There we go. All right. So what could we draw? So 2. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'd have 6 mana for artifacts. So Strongbow would kill him, I think. Hitting a Sculpting Steel would be hilarious. Yeah, no, I think we want to take him to 1. I think we want to put some fear into them. So let's hit a creature so that we can deal the damage. Oh, and we can still Bitter Reunion. We would have to throw away the Emergency Weld. I think I'm happy to do that. Okay, so we were going to hit stuff that wasn't super relevant. Yeah, so let's play that land. So we've got a hasty self-assembler here. So I think we beat the Angel by making sure that they were almost dead by turn 6. They could gain an amount of life here, but I don't think it would be enough. That ain't gonna do it. That is them looking to draw a card. Do not put the aura on it. Thank you. Gotta be lifelink, right? All right, so they think gaining 5 life and losing a blocker is going to be enough. They think gaining 7 life and losing a blocker is going to be enough. I don't think it is. They block this and they take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're dead on board. Other than having 2 mana. So let's ask them if they are in fact dead. Because by my math, they're dead. Oh, we get to go find another self-assembler. We could play another self-assembler, but let's find out if they're dead. Hey, opponent. 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 Yeah, they're dead. They've got nothing. Boop. They block here. They take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They can grow that opportunist all they want. They ain't going to give it lifelink. Sure. Okay. I mean, I still feel not great about that angel. We did what we had to do too. We did. Here we go. We did what we had to do to win. But did I choose to do that? Or did it work out? Because I think it just worked out. I knew what had to happen to have it work out. But how much control did I have over that working out? We'll play first. Turn 3 talisman. Sure. Don't know what we're up against. Maybe it'll be the 3rd monocolor deck in a row. Monocolor playing Evolving Wilds. Probably not. White. I don't feel the greatest need to be at 5 mana when I could just get a Locust down and start attacking. Yeah. Let's just start attacking. Goodbye to your Evolving Wilds. Got him. Ah. Perfect Sultai. Combat Thresher. I got some of those. Do I want a Combat Thresher? Do I want Pristine Talisman? Let's get in for 2. Let's get our mana up. / life gain going, so this is only attacking for 1 right now. All told. Hey, you. How dare. Start to get to doing the self-assembler shenanigans. Self-assembler, go get a self-assembler. Then cast that self-assembler. Get nothing. Then we can Sculpting Steel a self-assembler. Self-assemblers for all. Or for me. That is a 3/4 flyer. Ooh, Foundry Inspector. You shouldn't have. Do you want to take 4? You don't. Cool. Let's get rid of that 3/4. Self-assembler. I will not go and search for another one. Thanks. Pass of the turn, eh? Boop. Top Foundry. Pass the turn? I don't think I want to Sculpting. Not knowing what we're up against, I don't know that I just want another self-assembler. I don't know that I just want another Foundry Inspector when I could, if we hit a land, have a Dragon Engine and then copy a Dragon Engine. So let's pass the turn. See what this is all about, passing the turn with a huge amount of stuff. Just going to bounce a self-assembler? Sure. Sure thing. Yeah, so we didn't quite get what we need for the dragon engines. So they're trying to do some control-y stuff over there. So let's get in for 2. Does not feel like they have any instant speed to stuff, or at least not interaction. Yeah, they seem to have stone nothing. So if they have stone nothing, we're going to have another self-assembler. They just flood out super hard. 1/3 flyer? Yeah, they would have cast that if they had it. Okay, okay, you just casually made a 4/4 double strike over there. It's pretty cute. Pretty freaking cute. So its base tap power and toughness is a 4/4. So if I copied it, I would have my own 4/4 double strike, eh? I would. Boop. What do you think about this? Bring Sculpting Steel back. Cast Sculpting Steel, copying their Thresher. It's a 1/1. It's not a 4/4. Interesting. I thought about that wrong. I thought the aura set, I thought it would copy the set values. No, I guess it doesn't. I guess it's, yeah, no, it doesn't. It copies printed values, doesn't it? Tis fine. Tis fine. All right. I need a little bit more mana. But I cannot kill anything. All right, let's get Mishra down. And let's pass the turn. Because I don't really want to throw any of this away. Throw an artifact away. You get 2 mana, but you pay a mana, so you only get 1 mana net. Static net. Okay. You're going to take my Foundry Inspector? Maybe my Mishra? You're going to take my Mishra. That's fine. A-okay. A-okay. All right, it's literally just that Thresher that's the problem. We just need to find a way around that. I guess the Anointer as well. Whiffing on any unconditional removal was pretty bad for us. That was not the best thing in the world. Kill my 4/4? Sure. I will easily jump with this. All right, there's the land. Here's a 5/5. We can bring back Sculpting Steel, get another 5/5. You can also just play another 5/5. Okay. All right. Flyers have assembled. Yeah, this is the easiest kill here because we have another one of those in our hand. It's not a big deal. Oops, I got another one. Pass the turn. Uh-huh. Sure. Uh-huh. So we can get back that Sculpting Steel to get another of these. We can kill this 3/3 flyer. And then we can get one of those other flyers out of the way. The one that could get bigger, please. Okay. They're out of cards. We're out of cards. Oh man, it does even more stuff? That card's nutty. That card's nutty. Sigil of Valor. All right. Thankfully, I don't think they're in a position to be attacking me. Oh, maybe they are. Maybe they are. Yeah, I'll take 5. All right, so we can send in that Dragon Engine and kill their flyers off. Bitter Reunion's not going to do much. But let's get in. Let's kill off those flyers. So we just need to do 6. So there's the 6. Flyer's dead. That Sigil's much less scary now. If we top deck a land, we can pitch it. And now we have our flyer. They have a way of drawing cards. They're just going to go for it right away rather than attack with that Sigil. I have so much mana that I would gladly block with the Foundry Inspector. Easy triple block. Easy triple block. I will Bitter Reunion away basically anything. They're going to unearth and sack. Ichor, Wellspring, they're going to draw even more. Good lord. Are you done? Can you calm down here? All right, they're calming down. Well, I'm not throwing that away. But I will throw that away. Do I want to attack with that Combat Thresher right here, right now? I think I do. Boop! Good chump-a-lump. We got 2 creatures in hand. We're down to 14. They're down to 11. No attacks. That's what I like to see. So let's slam-a-lam-a-ding-dong. Good chump. Let's gig some moles. Ooh. Let's get the big thing. Let's play the big thing. All right. I have presented a force. An overwhelming force. Okay. Much more interesting deck over there. It's good. It's good. I don't like this card. I don't think it's very good. It's good. It's like draw cards. We saw most of their deck, and I didn't see anything that's like, oh god, oh god, oh god, I'm dead because they cast this. But they can definitely overwhelm. Yeah, I think we just go back in. We did end up way more aggro than I thought. At times, obviously, that match was much different, but we've been relatively aggro. Hokey dokes. Yeah, that's a Hornseeker on 2, or Stoneseeker on 2, Talisman's there, Harvester's there if we want. Yeah, that's an easy keep. Ooh. Okay. Threatening. We will not... Oh, we can't explosion it. We will get the mana going so that we can get Talisman up. Make your Wellspring, draw a card, put a counter on it. Getting in trouble. Getting in trouble. Perfect mana on turn 3, Chromatic Star, more ways of drawing. Seems good. We do need to answer that mechanic. Luckily, we have the chance very shortly here. We will have the mana for Explosion to murder it, and we'll get in for 2. Because we sure ain't blocking. Mm-hmm. Okay. Take a casual 8 here. Let's make it 7. And then, yeah, that mechanic needs to die. We have the opportunity of putting down a self-assembler as a blocker, but I think the mechanic has to die. So let's get it out now. Get in for 2, because we're not blocking. Drop a Harvester. Taking 5. So it's just a matter of blocking or negating something to do with this Wellspring, basically. They're going to draw and drop. Oh, just kill that. That's fine. That's fine. Because we'll draw a land here and everything will be fine. And we can still just cast the Assembler. Wing Commando, much less fine. Much less fine. 6 mana. 1/3 flyer does not block the 2/2 prowess. But it does block it if they don't have prowess, and the Cindermaw blocks and kills the Wellspring. Not in a great spot. In. Get rid of the mechanic. Dreadmaw, or Cindermaw. Dragon Engine, ask them pretty please to not have prowess stuff. They're getting low on cards, but we did see a significant, good God, significant amount of card draw on their side. We sure are going to drop to 6 here. Assembler's not going to do it, so we need to Bitter Reunion the Swamp into something better. Flawless. Well, I guess we're presenting sort of a race, right? Because we can do 8, 9, 10, 11. We can take them to 1. Oh, man. Sigil of Valor. Yeah, that's pretty good. Ouch. Self-assembler. Decline. Activate Reunion. Slam-a-lam-a-ding-dong. But if they can do math... Well, no, they still need prowess effect. I mean, they've got 3 cards in hand. Yeah, that's good enough. That'll do. Oh, that was close. That was close. Still felt kind of Candyland in that our opponent did their thing and I did my thing and their thing was better. I don't think we had decision points. Like we played this to try to block and it died, and that was our decision point, which was not really a decision point. We do need reachers. We do. It's not a great reacher, but we can pop that in over maybe the Avenger. All right, let's go back in. Let's hope our thing's better than their thing. I think well, so much for us winning. I think. What was I gonna say? We're gonna throw away. This Thresher gets us in, but we have so many ways of shuffling the deck. Yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, I think we win by them stumbling on a possibly slightly greedy mana base. Have we seen what all the colors are for? Can't recall. They're blue, white, black. Chromatic Star, Crack Your Wilds. I'm very glad that we're beyond the era of don't crack your wilds until the end of their turn in order to preserve information. Yeah, let's get a Foundry Inspector down just in case we top deck a self-assembler. Every freaking game. I mean, the wilds helped, but every game, perfect mana. How do I do that? I would like to accomplish that. Let's go and get the white just in case we do find the Thresher again, because this will shuffle. I don't think another Foundry Inspector is good enough. What does that give us? That gives us the Combat Thresher next turn if we top deck it. We took this out. We're still 2 turns off the Dragon Engines. So we'll have the options of Dragon Engineing if need be. So let's just get a flyer down. They still have 3 cards. They don't need to know that our cards are basically worthless. They're going to bounce my Inspector. Sure. Sure. Taken 4. Cool Thresher. There's an Assembler. Assembler for blockage. Go and get another Assembler. And let's get in for 2. What's it like to have it all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go to 10 here. They still have a disenchant that we haven't seen. Feels bad, man. Badoop. Yeah, we need to go Inspector, copy their Thresher, get a card draw, and play a Harvester just to get the board really established. Get in for 2. Two cards left. Please tell me they're not super impactful. Please. Pretty please. Pardon? All right, well. Block Consume. Take 4. Got a lot of mana. The Inspector's not that big of a deal anymore. Take me to 4. So what was that attack all about? Why did you wreck your board? Because you had 5/4. 2, 3, 4. So that won't be enough. But we do have a turn of jumping. Starting to gain life back sounds very good. They're down to 1 card. Yeah, I want to start getting life back because we've got a turn to jump. We'll drop this, get a life back right away. We are not blocking with the Locust, so let's get in for 2. Pass the turn. Heavily tempted to put my Thresher in front of the Goring Warplow so that the Sculpting Steel is back in the graveyard. So then we can weld it back. They're going to Surveil to draw. Presumably that was their top deck. Goodbye land, but they found something they wanted. How scary is it? Is it very scary? Unearth, eh? Unearth instead of casting whatever you put on top. Interesting. Well, that's a super easy block here, because that's real bad news for you. So much so that I actually don't quite understand what you're doing here. What are you doing here? You're gonna lose your Thresher. Is that it? I mean, we're in a terrible spot with them with the 5/4 and us at 4, but what was that attack? That was weird. I think I'm fine with an attack here. Maybe they just really wanted to get it out of there before I harvested. Yeah. This is perhaps slightly risky, but I'm going to 5 them. Just get him down low, and we can play Self-Assembler and Stone Seeker, and we'll be at 5 with 2 blockers, including one that'll just straight up trade with the Warplow. Let's get rid of that. Let's drop the Assembler that they know about, gain a life. Second blocker in case of removal. Did have removal. Okay. Well, still in a whole heck of a lot of trouble. Come on. Is it the second one they have? No, it's just the first one. It's just a new game. All right, block there. Again, don't super feel like I had too many decisions that mattered. It looks as though the opponent's thing was better than our thing this time around. So that's fun. All right, 2-1, not a bad record. Still absolute loss of money, thanks to Arena's economy. Yeah, Brothers War. Let me know your experiences with it. Like I said, I've not played too much. I've only read some stuff about it. My experiences have been iffy so far. Definitely iffy. I will continue to see if the experiences stay iffy. Hopefully we get to make more decisions. I feel like Dominaria United had a lot of decisions and it was interesting, whereas here I really feel like I win or my opponent wins. And we didn't have a lot of input as to who won. It just occurred. Anyways, let me know your Brothers War experiences in draft in the comments down below. Let me know anything else you want to let me know, and I'll see y'all next time.